Revenge films.
My name is Violet Vega. I'm a second-year high school student. I've had hearing problems since childhood, and have been using a hearing aid. Hearing aids nowadays come in different shapes and designs. Some also look like earphones that people around me can't tell that I have a hearing disorder. Thanks to that, I have a normal and happy school life. But this comes with a disadvantage too. One day, an incident happened when I was on the train ride home.
Who is that? There's sound coming out of someone's earphones. It's noisy.
An old man with his grandson said. He stood up and started looking for the culprit. By the way, just because I'm wearing a hearing aid doesn't mean everything is perfect. Because it doesn't pick out every single sound around. But I clearly heard what the old man said about the sound from my earphones. Is something ringing? It's not my phone though, I thought. Since I was tired from school, I slept. But the old man was coming and going looking for the culprit. His grandson followed him.
I can hear the sound coming from here,
he said, and came closer to where I was. Then he stopped in front of me and said,
It's you!
What? Me? A shock went off in my ears. Ouch! I touched my ears and realized that the hearing aid was gone. When I looked at the old man, he was holding it. He removed it from my ears. Then I couldn't hear anything at all. The old man looked angry, but couldn't hear a word he said. That is, hearing aid, I uttered slowly, as it was difficult to talk when I can't hear myself. It seemed like he heard what I said because he stopped talking, so I felt relieved for a moment. I'm glad he understood. However, he started talking again. Reading his lips, he seems to say, You're lying. I was embarrassed to speak clumsily, so I hesitated to talk back and shut my mouth instead. The old man continued to yell, but there was nothing I could do about it. I had a very difficult childhood because of my hearing problem. I can't believe I'm still struggling now that I'm in high school. That's when it happened. The man sitting behind me stood up and started talking to the old man. He took the hearing aid away from the old man and handed them to me. When I put them on, I was able to hear.
I'm sorry. It seems like the sound was coming out from my earphones.
What?
Look,
he said, and took the earphones from his ears. The moment he did, music blasted from it.
I'm sorry for causing trouble.
The man apologized, and the old man replied,
Don't lie to me! Don't underestimate me for being an old man! I'm sure the culprit is this girl! Strange that she's using a hearing aid when she's still young. Also, I heard the sound from the girl.
It's true that I can't hear. I've had this disorder since I was young. I explained it to the old man, but it was useless.
I know what a hearing aid looks like. I can tell that that's not a hearing aid. Are you trying to embarrass me?
He got furious and attacked me. Then he grabbed the hearing aid once again, threw it on the ground, and stomped on them. I was out of words and gasped for breath. Then,
What are you doing?
the man angrily said to the old man. After that, I didn't understand what was happening in front of me. I let go of the tension building up inside of me and cried. When we arrived at the next station, the lady next to me tapped my shoulder. When I looked up, I saw that the man took away the red-faced old man.
Are you all right?
She talked to me slowly.
I'll talk to the station staff about the situation, so let's go together. I'll contact your school, so don't worry.
Then, I found out something shocking. The culprit was not the man sitting next to me. The man wanted to do something about the situation, so he took the blame. He turned the volume up when he handed his earphones to the old man. So, who was the culprit? To my surprise, the old man was the culprit. The people around heard the noise too, so everyone looked for the culprit together.
It's here! The sound is coming from here!
The grandson pointed at the old man's bag.
What are you saying? Look, my phone is in my pocket.
He took the phone out of his pocket and showed it. His phone was in silent mode and no sound was coming from it.
Besides, the phone is brand new. I just bought it today. You know that, right? It's a cheap phone, but no noise will come from it unless it's broken. Even though it's cheap, it's new. There's no way it's this.
Do you happen to have your old phone with you?
Yes. I was told that I can still use it to take pictures, so I brought it home with me. Why?
Where is it?
It's in my bag, but only the camera can be used now.
He said and opened his bag. The moment he opened the bag, a sound grew loud. It was the voice of a woman. Actually, it was the sound of heavy breathing.
What? Why?
He rapidly took the phone from his bag and slipped it on the floor. A sound of a man and a woman's voices reverberated throughout the train. His grandson looked at the phone.
Don't look at it!
He blocked his grandson's eyes with his hands. He wanted to take the phone away, but he can't take his hands away.
Someone, please turn it off!
The man took the phone, turned it off, and handed the phone to the old man.
Grandpa? What was that?
The grandson asked without hesitation. The people around laughed. When the train arrived at the next station, the man escorted the old man to the station master's office. The embarrassed old man was red throughout the injury. We were both taken to the police station for fact-checking. After that, his family came and scolded him. He paid for the hearing aid that he broke and reparation money for psychological damage. At first, I was deeply offended by the irrational attacks, but it seemed like he retired from work a month ago. He changed to a cheaper phone to save money, but he had to pay for the hearing aid he broke and for the reparations of his actions. And after the incident, I saw his daughter tell him that she'll cut ties with him. I felt relieved. I wondered why his old phone rang even though the contract was already canceled. However, I learned that downloaded files can be used even without an internet connection. One of those files was accidentally played. That old man probably listened to his files at high volume using earphones, and the volume was probably the same as the earphone settings were changed. But was there a reason to listen to that so loudly? Even with earphones on, the sound would have leaked out. Thanks to the reparation money, I was able to buy a better hearing aid than the one I had.
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.